Hello, you all. God bless you all. This is Giants Fragrances. I'm back. Today we're on episode two of the 90s. We're in the year 1993. We're bringing back 1993 with this utter hidden gem fragrance, this overlooked fragrance 1993 called Animal. And before I get to the fragrance review, I wanted to read a Bible scripture. Always put God first. I already have the fragrance notes on my tablet, and I got the scripture. So the scripture is Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope in a future. And that Bible scripture is saying that God knows our plans. He knows because he gave us a journey even before we're born. He knows how our journey is going to be. And his plans is the best plans, not our plans, but his plans. And his plans is us to be prosper and to be blessed. That's his plans, is for us to be prosper and blessed and to always stay in him and always have a happy future. Even though we're going to go through things, still go through things, he always wants us to be stay blessed by him, like food, having food on your table, water, and colognes too as well, because there's nothing wrong with having those things as long as you put in God first and not put him as an idol. But the scripture is saying that God know his plans is better than our plans, because there's times that I wanted to do my own plans and stuff, but God's ways are better. His ways are better. His plans are better than ours. So, and his thoughts towards us is good. It's of good and not evil, and to us to prosper. So that's what the scripture is. If you want to go back and read that, that's Jeremiah 29, verse 11. So yeah. So today I'm getting on episode two of the 90s. We're bringing back 1993, interesting year. And this fragrance right here, Animal, of course, I'm going to show the presentation, but I wanted to get to the little bit of the history of the brand, because this brand is, to me, this brand is overlooked. This fragrance is overlooked. Like, they released another flanker, which I'll get to that, but this brand's overlooked. So Animal. Now, Animal was actually a perfume brand that started in 1980. I think it was 84, 85. It was 84. So the person who started Animal was a woman. It was a Mexican woman. She started it. Her name was Susanna something. But she wanted to get into the fragrance game because, of course, you had Hugo Boss at that point. Hugo Boss. You had YSL. You had Coram, Antonio Puig. So the 80s was popping. It was rolling, and she wanted to get into that fragrance game. And I think she had a husband too, and the husband helped her. So the first fragrance they launched from this was the women's version of this. This is the men's version. I don't have the women's version, but that came out in 87. And that one did have some success, but it was mostly popular in South Africa and even Brazil. I think in like places like New York, the Midwest, it was more popular, like New York and those places. And I don't know, I think in Mexico it was popular. But that fragrance did so well. But in 1990, the brand went through bankruptcy. I think what happened was the owner who owned it was spending no money on too much promotion for the perfume, so they sold it off to, I think it's called Parlex Perfumes. Parlex. So between 88 89, there was no other animal perfume. And no other animal perfume. So that was 1987, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. So that was a 7-year grace period. And then 1993, they released this great gem, this hidden gem. This fragrance right here is awesome fragrance right here. To me, this should not be overlooked or be rejected. So this is the presentation right here. So this is the box right here. Now the box has this awesome 90s feel. Like, you have Animal, and then it has like this lightning struck. And then it has this lightning struck. You have Animal for man. I like the written on it. And then the top right here, there's nothing. It kind of has like a nighttime theme, like a space theme. I think that's what they were going for. And this is EDT concentration, natural spray. Cut back in the day, you had EDT. It was no EDP or no cologne spray. Now cologne spray was out because Karl Lagerfeld was out. So, and this is the 6.8 ounce. So just wanted to show you, I like the big bottles. If I'm going to like the fragrance, I like it. I get the big bottles, 200 mil. And then the back of it, you have your ingredients. I already have like the notes on it. So this is the back of it. Show you the front of the box again. And this is the back of it right here. Nothing going on. And then you have your batch code right here, your batch code. That's where you buy it. You buy it in the bottle. So inside of here is where your bottle goes in. And before I show you the bottle, there's nothing going on in the box. It's just nothing. No cologne stain, no cologne stain in it, or like kind of like cologne bump on it, like the Carolina Herrera I did on Monday. So look at this bottle right here. This bottle is so beautiful. Now, like I said, this is the 6 ounce. You have Animal for Man. You have this kind of like this lightning struck or the claw, which of course you have that, and then you have EDT concentration. Um, Nothing going on the side. I like this because you can see how much juice you have. I already put like a dent in this, so this is like one of my favorites. This I cherish this fragrance. This is one of my favorites. The back of it. Then you have your batch code. I'm sorry I said that was the batch code. That wasn't. That was like the scan code, but the batch code right here. So this is Animal, and it was made by Animal Perfumes. So Animal Group Perfumes. So yeah, and this one right here is a 2025 bottle. So yeah, and then you have your atomizer. I like this right here. It protects it so it don't spill. And the atomizer is pretty good on it. I'll spray a little bit on it. Yeah, spray is pretty good on it. Yeah. And I got the notes on here and stuff. And I like this cap. The cap doesn't click on the place. And I like the ridges on it. So just wanted to show you that. So yeah. So I actually worn this yesterday. So I got the notes right here. So Animal for Man by Animal is an Oriental spicy fragrance released in which was released in 1993, and the top notes is lemon, neroli, free sigh. It says lavender, Jupiter berries, geranium, leather, oak moss, and vetiver. So what do I get out of this fragrance? And the main accords right here. Main accords right here. These are the main accords. Aromatic, fresh, spicy, citrus, lavender, woody, floral, earthy, leather, mossy. It says fresh. So what do I get out of this beautiful fragrance? Now, what I do get out of this fragrance is I get this strong opening, this strong opening of lemon. I do get that lemon, and I do get the neroli and the free side. I do get a little bit of it. So yeah, this fragrance right here, I do get a lot of things out of this, and it does have some greenness to it. And if I can remember, this fragrance does have mint, because I was reading something that it has mint in it. So yeah, so it does have definitely mint. And the other notes like the Jupiter berry stuff, I don't really get that. Like I said, this is actually my 5th time wearing this. Like I said, I did a dent in this, but this is beautiful right here. This is so beautiful. Yeah. And the other notes, of course, lavender and oak moss. I don't get that. So I do get vetiver out of this, but yeah, I do get the vetiver. So yeah, and I do get the woodiness. But this fragrance right here, why this fragrance is not getting a lot of love, and why do I like this fragrance and that stuff. And this fragrance right here, like I said, it came out in the mid 90s. It came out in 1993. And as research, I've been doing research on these 90s fragrances. And this was actually, like I said, the men's version of the 1987 women's version. So definitely, this is definitely like a man's fragrance. It has that manly smell. So yeah, this one is beautiful. And the juice color I forgot mention is yellow. So, and I do get that. No, I do get that lavender a little bit right now. The lavender right now. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. So takes time for it to dry down. I'm not going to sit on here for a long time and just tell you about how it is. But as I can smell it, it's mostly like a woody fragrance. So, and the leather, I don't really get leather out of this. So this is a beautiful fragrance. This is so beautiful. People should not be overlooking this right here. And mention the other flanker of this. They released another flanker, which that one is getting so hype. It's called Animal, and that came out after this, 1994. But I probably won't be doing a review on it. According to my research, that has like a pineapple, and it's mostly a winter fragrance. I haven't smelled that one, but that one I probably won't be buying because it's so popular. It's like there's a lot of YouTubers. I'm not going to say no names, but it's like they already have done so much reviews, and this one is like not getting love. It's like people, they're kind of like, oh, this fragrance is terrible. But to me, this is a great 90s fragrance. and researching on this fragrance. This fragrance right here was popular mostly in Brazil. This fragrance was bigger in Brazil when it came out, because in 93, of course, mentioned there was a lot of fragrances like Eternity and Escape that was out. And then I can't remember what year, Realm, which I'll be doing that probably next week. So in the early 90s, there was a lot of fragrances out. And this one right here, I think got kind of overshadowed. I think it did become more popular now than it was back in the 90s. Kind of like the Sega Saturn. That became popular in the 2000s and that stuff. But this one right here is definitely a great fragrance. And I do get that a woodiness to it. And I do get that earthy. It has like an earthy vibe to it. Like I mentioned, it's an earthy fragrance. So yeah. And a lot of people compare this fragrance to four other fragrances I want to mention. Compare this to is Polo Sport, Vodka Brazil. It says Eternity, and then a lot of people said it smells like cool water. Now those three fragrances, the Cool Water, the Eternity, and Polo Sport, which I mentioned, it doesn't smell like that. Now, according to my research, a lot of people said the older bottle of this, like the ones from like 95, smells like Polo Sport, but I can't tell you that because like I said, I wasn't born in the 90s. I experienced this bottle, so I can't tell you that if it smells like it. But I have one fragrance that it is smells similar to because of that mint note. Perriel's Reserve, that came out in 1997. It has this similarity to it, but because of the mint note, it has the same dry down and stuff. But this one right here is still kind of unique. It's still kind of unique. So yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful fragrance. The free size this is so beautiful. How's the performances? How's longevity? What occasions? What season for this? How the projection? And would I buy this? And would I like this? Would I buy this again? Why do I like this? Here, those are the subjects. Performance on this. Now, performance is really good on this. This is a beautiful fragrance. This right here, I get about 8 to 12 hours out of this. Even though this has been reformulated probably over the years, even in the 2000s, I get 8 hours out of this. So it's so beautiful. And projection. Now the projection is really good on this. I get like 4 to 5 hours of projection. I think it's 4 hours. I get 4 hours. It projects like 4 feet. Like people could smell you. My mom could definitely smell me when I first wore this. It was like she could smell me coming out of my room. So this stuff has like a loud projector. And seasons for this is definitely a summer fragrance, but I can see this an all year round fragrance. Now the other one, according to my research, Animal. That one is a winter fragrance because of the pineapple and stuff. But from my experience, this is my favorite. I probably prefer this over that. But this is definitely, you can wear this all year round. But for me, it's probably a summer fragrance. I may pull it off if it's like 40 degrees or something. I'll definitely pull this off. Probably if I don't feel like wearing something heavy like Ted Lapidus. And occasions for this, to me, you can wear this any occasion. You can wear this in a Bible study. You can wear this as you go into church. I can see this as a suit and tie scent if you want this as your signature scent, or it was your signature scent as a teenager and you want to get back into it. This is definitely, or t-shirt and jeans, or if you a person that likes old video games like the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, you just want to put something on and smell like 90s. This is it. Like if you're wearing kind of like just a t-shirt around the house, this is it. It's definitely like you can even wear this at a grocery store. So this is definitely a very occasional scent. So I'll give that 8 out of 10. And my rating for this fragrance, this is definitely a 9.2 out of a 10. 9.2 out of 10. I like this fragrance. It's one of my favorites. So the rating of this is my favorite. Is my favorite fragrance. So this is one of my favorite 90s fragrances. I'll be wearing this until Jesus come back, the rapture comes. So I'll be definitely wearing this. Hopefully guys don't get left behind in the rapture. But why do I like this? Would I buy this again? Absolutely. I will buy 2 more bottles. They have a 3.4 ounce of reading my research. The prices on it, the 3.4 ounces, it's smaller than this. You can get that for you can get it pretty reasonable price, $27 under 30. So, and this one right here, this is like $43. So as research, as buyers, if you God bless you with money, I can definitely recommend this. If you want a big bottle or a little bottle, if you want a little bottle, 3.4 ounces to go. If you want a big bottle, you're hardcore for this fragrance, you're a hardcore fan of this, definitely get a 6.7 ounce bottle or 6.8 ounce. This is 6.8 ounce. So yeah, and why do I like this and why this was not popular in the 90s? Mentioned, like I said, there was so many fragrances, like the Hera video. There was so many fragrances that was out, and this fragrance right here, a lot of people did not like this fragrance because it was heavy at that time. It was heavy because by this point, I think when this came out in 1994, wrote around CK1. That was Calvin Klein's biggest fragrance. That was like their biggest fragrance. And this one, I think, was competing with that at that point. And then comparing to the Eternity and Cool Water, those fragrances were already popular. And Polo Sport, I don't know if that, I think, it was very popular, but it was not as popular as the other fragrances. But yeah, this is definitely something that I don't think people gravitated to. I think people overlooked it and people was like, oh, this is not good. But according to reading to on Fragrantica, which I use on the notes, a lot of teenagers from back in the day, like Mexican teenagers, Latinos, wore this. And in Brazil's, of course, it was popular in Brazil, wore this. And I think even some kids in America wore it. Like I remember reading this kid's comment. I'm not going to say the name's comment. This was like his first fragrance. I think he was like a teenager at that point. So this fragrance right here has some great nostalgic memories. It's definitely something I would recommend. And I think reason why it wasn't popular is people was not ready for something heavy like this. Now, reading internet, this did not become popular until like 02, 010, like in the 2000s when people wanted to study more about the 90s fragrances. This became more popular. And I think the other one from 94, Animal, was popular. But yeah, this one right here is a legend. I would definitely recommend this. I would definitely buy this again. I would not wear this every day. I probably wear it when I feel like it. But this is definitely something I would definitely wear until Jesus come back. But and if I have a 90s top 10 list of best fragrances I recommend for you, it's gonna be one of it. This is gonna be one of them. Probably be at my number 3 or number 2 because this is one of my most favorites, along with the hair. So God bless you all. This is Giants Fragrances. And please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Forgot to tell you that. And there's gonna be more reviews. I'm gonna have another fragrance review called Realm, which that came out the same year as this. So that's gonna be probably next week or the other week. So God bless you all. Big hugs, Jesus love, and remember, God has plans for you and got great things for you. Even though it doesn't look like it's gonna work out, it will. But please like and subscribe. Big hugs and Jesus love.